Reaper, we back, man. The Reaper is pulling double duty today, man. Huh? We back in the green room again. Make sure you subscribe to the Reaper. Make sure you thumbs up the likes, because here we not gonna lie to you to make it look fly to you. We never do. Ah, we back talking Corey Holcomb, man. Huh? And Corey is back, in the news for his mischief, man. The Reaper keep it 1,000, huh? And we back pulling double duty. Shout out to Buck Savage up in here. What up, Reaper? Huh? Is up in here. Drastic is up in here. Reaper keeping it 1,000, brother. Salute. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hit a Reaper. Okay, Kern Dog up in here. What up, Reaper? That's what I'm saying. Put a 1 in the chat. You can hit a Reaper. Okay. That's what we talking about, man. We want to have audio and visual, man. Reaper pulling double duty today. Make sure you subscribe to the Reaper. Make sure you thumbs up the likes, because here we not gonna lie to you to make it look fly to you. We never do. And go over to the Kick app, man. Download it. It's for free. KICK app. Go to Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. That's Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. And hit the follow button to follow the Reaper over there. We're building 2 networks. We over on the Kick channel too. We got the Reaper family over there. I'm trying to get the rest of it over there, man. So go download the Kick app. It's free. Go to Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. You got to have that aka in there. Jazzbo, aka the Reaper on Kick. Hit the follow button so you will get the Reaper's live shows. We broadcast Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 7:30, and we get started around 8 or 9 o'clock on the weekend, man. We got some shows up over there. The Reaper just came off a 3-hour tour like Gilligan over there, man. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So we want the Reaper family to go over there, because we got a lot of good things going on over there. I see T-Fam is back up in here. Part of the Reaper family. Kern Dog is up in here. Drastic, like I said, from what I can see. Buck Savage. I can't see that other one. Let me get it up. Because I want to shout out my Reaper family up in here, man, before we get started today. That's what I'm saying. I want to shout out my Reaper family because I got to shout them out. And that's what we do here at Reaper, man. We shout out the fam, man. That's exactly what we do. Let me see. Because we got to go. We got to see what's up. That's what we got to do, man. I can't even see that the Reaper is live. It's not showing. It's got to show that the Reaper is live over here, man. That's what I'm saying, It's got to show that the Reaper is live over here. Okay, we live over here. We got it. We got it over here. Okay, that's Vernon Hawkins that's up in here, who the Reaper couldn't see his name. Calvin Lincoln is back up in here. Part of my Reaper family. Like I said, y'all need to go over to the Kick app, download it. It's for free. Here, go to Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. That's Jazzbo, aka the Reaper, on the Kick network, man. We building 2 channels. And make sure you hit the follow button over there, because we broadcast Monday through Friday over there from 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning, and we be live over there too. The Reaper keep it 1,000. North Memphis 48. Is back up in here. Part of the Reaper family is up in here. Somebody never taking to get their pills. And the multivitamin tablets are a dietary supplement. North Memphis, we pulling double duty up in here. That's what we doing. K Parker up in here. Yes, you're live. Norman is up in here. Corey is too negative about women. And African black people, says Norman from Toronto. Mr. Fisher is up in here. What up, Reaper and Reaper family? Salute. Hi, Calvin Hathaway. What's good, Reaper? Reaper family showing up, showing out. I forgot to shout my man Denzel out today. I'm sorry, Denzel. I didn't see your name and I got to talking. Shout out to my man Denzel, Heavy D on the other channel, Denzel from North Carolina. My brother, I really appreciate you. Huh? That's what I'm saying. I'm hearing Darlene, huh? I'm hearing Darlene, and the situation is getting worse, says my man Drastic is up in here, right? Yeah, Corey is cute, you know, says a pep up in here, that's what I'm saying. I don't know which way you mean that, if it's a good way, a negative way, or whatever. But hey, man, make sure you subscribe to the repo over here, man. And like I say, go over to the Kick app, KICK. Download it. It's for free. Go to Jazzbo, and you got to have that AKA in there. Jazzbo, AKA the Reaper. And hit the follow button over there, man, so you can follow the Reaper over there because we go live over there. And we have the radio versions over there, something that you can, listen to at work, rest, to play. You can listen to them your way. And make sure you subscribe here, because we're trying to get up to that 1,000 subscribers or more. We trying to build the channels back up. I'm trying to become double fisted, man, because then when you double fisted, they just can't stop you. And you got to be like Chicken George. You got to give yourself another plan, right? And I know that there's many people that like to listen to the Reaper, but we can't let them stop us, man. And this is why we going to become double fisted, because if you like this content, and you like the way the Reaper keep it 1,000, you got to go over to the Kick app, download it. It's for free. Drastic is over there. A lot of the Reaper family is over there. And I'm trying to get the rest over there because we want to become a conglomerate. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Just like Radio Raheem, This you say just like Radio Raheem, love it or hate it. That's what they say. Hate it or love it. The Reaper keep it 1,000. That's what I'm saying. Big O is up in here, 1387. Reaper live. That's what I'm saying. Back live again, man. Hey, we back at it again, doing it again. And like I say, you got to go over to the Kick app too. And we're going to become double fisted. Download the Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. Hit the follow button to follow us over there. Okay. Let's get into this shit, man. Corey Holcomb, should he fire Darlene? Should he fire her? I know a lot of niggas will say no. All she did is say that she like Godfrey or whatever, or this, that, and the other, or he was talking about Godfrey. I see my man Norman up in here, But what I'm saying is, if you riding with a broad, right? And that broad is on your team, right? And you paying the broad, and she been riding with you for almost 20 years, right? Should that broad keep her mouth shut if you beefing with somebody else? Is that or is that not a Judas? The Reaper keep it 1,000, Because like I said, she says Godfrey knows she don't have a problem with him, because every time you talk about him, which is being disloyal, right there, this is the way I feel. I don't have nothing to say. Well, if you didn't have nothing to say, you shouldn't have nothing to say right now. Why are you having something to say? It's more than just Godfrey. You letting men know that you don't ride with me, and letting people know on my viewpoints and on my this, that, the other. But you do ride with me, broad, because just like with Anton, you had the shirts printed up, but then you didn't want to hold them up. And everything I do for the last 16 years, broad, you've been getting a lick off of it. The Reaper keep it 1,000. How can you say you don't ride with somebody when you are an accessory to the crime and I'm paying you and you fucking me sometime? The Reaper keep it 1,000. So is that not a form of being a Judas? Huh? That's what I'm saying. We were working overtime to bring you this content. Huh? And should you, since you're sticking up for him, right? And I'm beefing with him because you could have said nothing, just like you did with all the other situations. And look at your phone, just like you said. Godfrey know you don't have a problem with him because you don't say nothing when he's talking about him. So you could say nothing now. So why are you saying something now, right? Because you letting people know that you, just because you eating at my table and a part of my stable, right? Huh? That you don't ride with nothing that I ride with and you don't share my viewpoints. Okay? Is that a form of a Judas? Because Judas betrayed Jesus for a few pieces of silver, right? And there's a lot of niggas that would take a few pieces of silver to betray somebody. But is this abroad that you helping her out? You probably done ate her ass and everything else, right? I'm just being honest. And you giving her a lick like nobody else would, because if she could get a better lick like that and she don't ride with your viewpoints, right? And she could get a better lick like that, she would take it, because a woman always will monkey bar somebody. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Shout out to Judge J right up in here. My brother from East Oakland, California is up in here. That's part of my Reaper family. Shout out to Jamal up in here. That's part of the Reaper family, showing up, showing out. Reaper pulling double duty today. Huh? Because we got to. They got me working day and night. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Huh? But the broad is part of the show, and she is an accessory, because if you riding along, right, with somebody that rob a bank, and even though you sit in the car and look at your phone, right, but if you go get them the shotgun and they tell you go buy this shotgun from here, right, and you ride in the car with them, and then when he robbed the bank, you get some of the winnings, are you just as guilty, because you with that person? But I don't think a lot of people look at this in this situation correctly. You know why? Because women always get a pass, right, for the fuck shit that they do, right? And it's a woman of a different nationality, right, that used to be with Ice-T. So they really gonna give her a pass, because if this was a stone cold black woman, I believe that there will be more niggas calling for her head. But this is the kind of what niggas do with different nationalities of women. The Reaper just keep it 1,000. I'm not gonna lie to you to make it look fly to you. And they make up concessions for these type of women when, she's the Bonnie to his Clyde. The Reaper keep it 1,000. That's what I will say. Huh? And you know what? She should keep quiet. She should keep quiet. If I'm speaking, if she don't like something that I said, because she done kept quiet before. And why is she speaking out for Godfrey? She met Godfrey through Corey, right? Huh? She don't know Godfrey like that. The Reaper keep it 1,000. I mean, Godfrey and Corey, they haven't been cool for a while, and Godfrey hasn't been on that show for a while. But she says she likes him as a person, right? And she likes him, his comedy. I wonder, do she like his penis too? The Reaper keep it 1,000, because have Godfrey hit that? Or she wanting to hit it. Now, make no mistake, right? They said that she thinking Godfrey will cuff her. Godfrey ain't cuffing her. The Reaper keep it 1,000. I'm just being honest about it. Godfrey is not cuffing any woman. He ain't gonna cuff her. She just did that to make Corey mad, or to get back at Corey, huh? For all the fuck shit he done did and said, even to her. The Reaper keep it 1,000. But she's not going nowhere. Because long as the lick is there, that broad will be there. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And then on the flip side, he can't get a broad to replace her, or nor would he. Because one, she's a Mexican broad. She's a different nationality. She was Ice-T's old broad. So she's got that, that little fame in her pocket, right? And a lot of men think she got a little sex appeal to her, right? They tune in, these thirsty niggas, just to watch her, right? I'm just being honest. And then the big reasons is she handles the store for Corey and she's there all the time and she's always prepared because she loves doing the show. She loves the exposure. That's what she do like. But she don't like him or his viewpoints, not even on people that's living alternative lifestyles. The Ripper keep it 1,000. She do not fuck with him like that. That's what I will say. Yeah, we got to know what time it is and what's going on, right? And she will let somebody else hit that putty cat. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And they don't got to have no money or give her a leg. Huh? She will let somebody hit that putty cat. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And that's what she was letting people know. I'll let you hit this putty cat. He don't control me. I don't ride with his viewpoints. Huh? I'm just here for the lick. The Ripper keep it 1,000. That's what she's letting, people know. Huh? And if you didn't know, you know now. Huh? And I'm going to double and triple down on it. Huh? Because this nigga getting mad. Yeah, I like Godfrey. Yeah. And so then this nigga going to bust out and say, well, I like Mimi because, allegedly he has screwed Mimi, right? Mimi done gave him the draws. And allegedly that's the reason why her and D done fell out. Because D say, now you're dipping in my pot. And, I done told you different things about this relationship that you've been sleeping, that I've been sleeping with him and he's married. And, he's probably breaking me off some paper, and we keep ours on the wraps. Now you done came and I done bought you around and me and you been knowing each other since the sandboxes back out, when I was a young woman with Ice-T and everything, chasing him around with his broad when he was in the Ferrari and I was in the Range Rover. We done heard all the stories on 5150. It's chaotic, man. The Ripper keep it 1,000. That's why it's called 5150. It's the code for crazy. So you done heard all these stories. Now Mimi comes in, right? And her and Corey got, they got this kind of, homie lover friend relationship, but she don't agree with all his moves. That means I get to bust some draws every now and then. I'm busting draws, because he done busted these draws too. Hey, I give you a lick, you keep track of the store, and you always be here prepared, and you're gonna ride with me when nobody else will, right? Huh? That sounds like main chick status. Huh? The Reaper keep it 1,000. I keep telling you, D is the main chick. Now, she goes along with him, hitting other broads and this, that, and the other, because she can't stop it. And not only that is, she don't want to stop it because, she ain't in love with Corey and, D's still in love with Ice-T. The Reaper keep it 1,000, but she going to be there for that lick. Huh? And whoever said that, they say that, well, she just setting him up and, she thinks she can find somebody better than him. Well, all broads be delusional. But one thing about D is she's seasoned on both sides, right? She knows that nobody's going to cuff her like Corey does. And she likes the exposure, right? She likes the environment, around the Coin Academy and everything, and the environment that Corey brings some celebrities around, or he'd be around some celebrities. He is an entertainer, right? She likes the environment. She likes the lick. She just don't like him. The Ripper keep it 1,000 and what he stand for. But she likes everything about him. You remember when Shawnee O'Neal said she liked everything about Shaq except for Shaq? She liked to be a basketball wife. She liked the environment. She liked the money. She liked everything. I just didn't like him. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And this is the way these broads be. So you got to know, hey, you can't suck her out because a lot of people suck her out. Shout out to Miss Lorette that's up in here. My sister that's up in here who will be keeping track of the chat for the Reaper out of New York City. Huh? She just don't like him. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Huh? That's what she don't like, and that's a broad can, mask it any kind of way she can. And this is what a broad will do, right? And she just can't monkey by him for somebody else that she like that's not going to give out the lick consistently or the exposure that she wants. The Reaper keep it 1,000. She ain't gonna just monkey by him for anybody, because if D could get that kind of exposure and lick from anybody, on the consistent basis that Corey give it to her as, right? She wouldn't be with Corey because she does not like his viewpoints, and she would have, left him long time ago, even when she was younger. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So we have to understand what goes on here, man. And you know what? She's not going to just leave him for if, hope, and a possible. The Reaper keep it 1,000. This is not going to happen. So you can forget about it, as they say in New York. You can forget about it. This is not going to happen, man. Huh? And then she's an older broad. She's 60 years old. She's seasoned on both sides. She know that a lot of niggas be fake catcalling her, and the grass look greener always on the other side till you get over there and you find out it ain't as green as the grass that you had. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And Corey's not dogging her out like a bunch of you niggas think. Hey, he's showing her love. D likes to be with a type of nigga, like Corey, an entertaining type of nigga that's make a little bit of paper. She can handle the real talk, and that, that Corey get her. Most of the time, she like to be around men with real talk. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So we got to understand, what goes on, man. These broads like these type of niggas. They like to be around these type of environments and everything. Now, to say that if she got his back or not, no, absolutely not, on different things. The Reaper keep it 1,000. When it comes, she got that groupie in her. When it comes to him talking about other entertainers or the alternative lifestyle, which I think she's indulged in, because she says she's been in the bed with, another woman before. It could have allegedly been Mimi and her and Ice-T's bed. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Who knows? These broads, they all be screwing each other and screwing, other niggas. The Reaper keep it 1,000. But she says she didn't touch the woman, which I do not believe. That's like saying, I smoke weed, but I didn't inhale. She does the Bill Clinton. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So we have to understand, what goes on in these situations, man. The Reaper keep it 1,000, right? But the question we asking today, right? Should Corey fire D, for being, as Denzel say in Training Day, a disloyal bitch made fool, The Reaper keep it 1,000, huh? Because that's what Corey felt like calling her, and he wanted to say something to get up under her skin, like I'm messing with Bibi. But hey, man, you got to know it. It don't matter. I've heard them say Corey don't know how to manage her right, and he don't. And Corey don't know how to do this, and she don't got no respect for Corey. And niggas with bigger egos think that they can handle these type of women, right? And these women wouldn't be fronting them like that, and they can do this and they can do that. Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. Chris Brown told me these hoes ain't loyal. The Reaper keep it 1,000, and I knew that before Chris told me. The Reaper keep it 1,000, huh? And Snoop Doggy Dogg told me you can't make a hoe a housewife, huh? Because let me just say that a hoe is not going to respect you for the respects of persons that you are. You could have the pie in the sky. We see so many men like Will Smith, Shaq, Michael Jordan, everything. These men have these hoes, you know, living high up on the hog. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Huh? These hoes be living like a fairy princess, right? But they still don't like the nigga, and they still plot and plan on him for his money and want to divorce him. The Reaper keep it 1,000 because these hoes ain't loyal. So if you expecting a hoe to be loyal to you, you out of your damn mind. The Reaper keep it 1,000. It don't matter. You could be the coldest nigga there is, right? Huh? Some of the coldest pimps. Some of the prophets that's cold, man. These hoes backbit them and they ended up dead, and God had anointed them like Samson. Some of the coldest prophets got caught up in the Bible, man. Because look at Eve. She went against God and Adam, and what God told her not to do, to talk to the serpent. The Reaper keep it 1,000, man. Huh? So you got to understand, man. And if a woman is, been out there in the streets, they seasoned on both sides, they promiscuous and everything, hey, man, I don't know what kind of nigga you is, but what I'm saying is, these hoes ain't gonna be loyal, man. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Anytime love is transactional, right? These hoes ain't loyal. And you could be the best man ever and you could treat them the best. Some men, they say, well, I'm going to treat her like Clay Thompson do, like somebody like she's never been treated before. Hoes still going to go around and sleep on you because she's going to take your kindness for weakness, because they can't appreciate a good man and they can't get used to just one penis. They going to be creeping and sleeping, huh? And they ain't loyal, right? Because they'll sleep with anybody. Huh? That's what I'm saying. Huh? Oh, fuck your daddy like she fuck you. The Ripper keep it 1,000, even better. Huh? They have no loyalty or no morality like that. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So we got to understand that. And you just the nigga that's another sucker on her knots to think that you can control her. And down the road you're gonna have problems. That's the problem, looking for a place to happen. So but so, and that's what he found out. They don't respect nothing. No respect the paper, no respect the penis, no respect the job, career, house, car, or whatever. We done saw these hoes switch up because these hoes ain't loyal, man. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And somebody should have alerted the Corey, lest he wouldn't have been so hurt. He said, yeah, oh, yeah, I'm hurt, and this, that, and the other. And then he gonna chastise the hoe out in front of everybody to let the hoe know, that this is what I do, right? Where you show out, you get woe out. The Ripper keep it 1,000. Where you show out, you get woe out. Now you chastise the hoe behind the scenes because the hoe ain't doing nothing. She ain't stopping nothing. The Reaper keep it 1,000. You got to know how to manage these hoes. Like I said, he don't know how to manage it, right? Because he would have just had her doing the show and don't involve her and don't get involved in none of my business. I ain't gonna even involve you in it. Huh? Now, if I'm beefing with somebody or any of my business, you just show up and you do the show, right? And if I need you to manage the store, hey, she's used to hustling like that. That's where she's the happiest at, and the groupie. But anything else, far as my business or who I'm beefing with, or my personal business, don't ask me about my business, Kate. Ain't that what the Godfather told his woman? Huh? And she started to ask. He said, don't ask me about my business, Kate. He looked at her like, bitch, I'll kill you. Shit, now go be the little housewife that you do and be happy, bitch. Shit, don't ask me about who I'm beefing with or who I done killed or whatever. The Ripper keep it 1,000. Shit, I kill your ass. You don't need to know all that. The Ripper keep it 1,000. So you don't involve abroad in your business, because if they know the internal business and everything that you're doing, right, they'll turn on you, and the hoe will turn on you in a minute. The Reaper keep it 1,000. See, but D is long in the tooth. See, ain't nobody trying to cuff her unless she would be the monkey bod his ass to somebody else, because that's what hoes do. They'll monkey buy your ass. The Reaper keep it 1,000. When they think they got a better deal or better penis or they like somebody, they'll monkey buy your ass, to somebody else. But she ain't found nobody that's going to do for her what Corey do, that's going to be consistent, right? Because the lick is consistent, right? And help her out consistently, because the other niggas will get her over there and screw her like Tommy Sotomayor was gonna do, and then they may give her a lick for a month or two, but it ain't gonna be for 16 years. The lick ain't gonna be consistently, and this, that, and the other, where that lick is there, and Corey makes more money than the average people. The Reaper keep it 1,000, and she helps bring in some fans, and she's gonna be there. Like I told you, she's the most important one to him besides anybody on the 5150 show. The Reaper keep it 1,000 because she's gonna be there and do that show, and she likes doing it because she likes the exposure. She gonna manage the store or anything for that leg. She's a great employee, but just like an employee, right? They don't ride with everything the boss say, and most of the time they don't like their boss. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Make sure you subscribe to the Reaper, and make sure you thumbs up the likes, because here we not gonna lie to you to make it look fly to you, man. We gonna keep it 1,000. And make sure you go over to the Kick app, Kick, download it. It's for free. The Reaper was over there. We did a show for 3 hours today. Go punch in KICK app. Go to Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. You got to put in the aka the Reaper. Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. Hit the follow button, man, so you can follow us over there on Kick. We got part of the Reaper family over there. We go live over there Monday through Friday, from 6:30 to 7:30, and we get started about 8 or 9 o'clock on the weekend. Reaper pulling double duty. We trying to build 2 channels, man. We need you over there. The Reaper keep it 1,000, because we do the radio versions over there, man, and we got a lot of the Reaper family over there. I'm trying to get the rest. Yeah, but should he fire her? No, I think that he needs her right now. This is what I'm saying, because who the hell gonna put up with Corey? Jay Ramirez up in here. Is that King Gambit or is Kendrick Jones up in here? All part of the Reaper family. We appreciate you, fam. Who is that? Is that Black? What does that say? Corey is, let me see. I'll get back with you, man. Corey is a what? Is that Blackie Mendez? Online beef with comedians is like, Boy George activity. I don't think so. The Reaper keep it 1,000, but that's woman like to say that when you ain't got a YouTube channel. The Reaper keep it 1,000. That's what Corey is. A what? Is a dick? Yeah. Well, Corey is a controversial guy. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Beautiful church, says Jay Ramirez. We appreciate you, fam. North Memphis is finding something humorous. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the question is, should he fire Darlene? I don't think he should fire Darlene, because Darlene is good for the show. She gonna be there. She gonna show up. How many people can put up with Corey? The Reaper keep it 1,000. You got to ask yourself this, right? And how many people going to be dedicated to that show like that? He probably would have a bunch of backlash, from somebody else. The Reaper keep it 1,000 that was doing that potential show, right? Corey, you say Corey's show is like in purgatory. It's still hanging by a thread, but his credibility gets less every single week, says Kendrick Jones. Mm, I think he would still have an audience, because people are gonna tune in for the train wreck. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Now I'm just gonna be honest about it, and that's why people still tune in. And because Corey's gonna do his train wreck shit, he gonna start talking about other people and everything, right? And he talks about relationship and broads all the time, and men, and he beefs with people all the time, and drama sells. The Reaper keep it 1,000, and niggas love drama, and niggas love a train wreck. That's why I watch, says Buck Savage. Yeah, that's why mostly everybody watch. The Reaper keep it 1,000 to say, what kind of drama is Corey gonna come up with next? What is he gonna say? What is he gonna do? He's a train wreck. Now he's emotional like a woman. And that's why the broad can play that. She can play that role. She's secure in her future. Sometimes broads play roles like that to let people know that, you know, they're not they're not controlled by you. It's a dog whistle. But they do it to make the other man jealous or whatever, to make they stock seem higher than what it really is, right? Like somebody else is interested, and I'm gonna say they good, and I'm gonna see how much you care for me, or how much hoes play all kind of different games, man. The Ripper keep it 1,000, and if I say this nigga is that way, you gonna snap on me. Sometimes hoes like you to snap on them. D knew exactly what she was doing. You think D didn't know what she was doing? Huh? That's it. That's a naive nigga if you think D didn't know what she was doing. The Ripper keep it 1,000. She knew exactly what she was doing. She said, if I say right now that I like this nigga and I speak up and this, that, and the other, this nigga gonna go off. She know what to say. Bras know what to say to push your buttons, right? But that's gonna make me feel more secure. And I got him, and up under his, I got him going now. Huh? I got him going off now. You know what I'm saying? D knew exactly what she was doing. I could tell by the little smug look on her face. Huh? I could tell she knew exactly what she was doing. And they be trying to make the nigga jealous or this, that, and the other, and all of this. Like this nigga don't control me, and this nigga, this, that, and the other. But she gonna be right back there in the pocket doing what Corey want her to do, right? Because she's there for the lick and the exposure. The Reaper keep it 1,000, huh? And long as he's got that, she's gonna be there. But he can't expect her to have his back, and she should have his back. And I have to agree with Corey on this. You can't straddle the fence with me. The Ripper keep it 1,000. Either you with me or you're not with me. Just like if I'm beefing with somebody and I don't like somebody and they don't like me, what the fuck is you opening up your mouth saying that you like this motherfucker and you on my team and I'm paying you? That's a Judas. The Reaper keep it 1,000. That straight out. And if you say, well, Corey gonna get rid of her like he did Zoe Williams when they had that kind of beef, or Marcus or anybody else who he had that kind of beef for. No, he not. Because with a broad that you screwing, right, and a broad that's been there, right, for a long time, right, and she gonna be there, and the broad that you screwing, and she gonna be there, and people tune in to watch her, and she's handling business for you. No, you're not gonna get rid of her just like you get rid of a nigga. The Reaper keep it 1,000 because she done rolled and died with you on certain things. But you have to know, right? If it come up against any adversity with a nigga that she like, or somebody that's famous, or with a groupie or anything, she's a groupie type broad. She's not gonna have your back on that. The Reaper keep it 1,000, huh? Because it's transactional between you two. And when it's transactional, what does the Reaper always say? You got a Judas. It's just like an employee, hey, they most of the time they don't like their employer. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Most of the time they don't get along with their managers. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the Reaper. Make sure you thumbs up the likes. Let's get the like button thumbed up, family. And make sure you go over to the Kick app, Kick. Download it. It's free. Go over to Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. You got to punch in Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. Hit the follow button and follow us over there, man. We live over there Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning. We get busy over there on the Kick app too. So go over there and download that. If you want to, watch the Reaper, because we got good shows over there, the radio versions, man. And we basically talk about some of the same things, but it's a little bit different over there at times. The Reaper, keep it 1000. Go over there and watch those shows. We are getting busy over there, and we doing big things here at Reaper. And we're trying to be double-fisted, man. The Reaper, keep it 1000. We trying to be double-fisted, man, because you know what? You got to be like Chicken George up in here. You got to give yourself another plan, nigga. If the first plan don't work out, get yourself another plan, because that's what you need to have, in order to be double-fisted, man. But the question that we asking today, man, should Corey Holcomb fire Darlene? Because some people say that he should fire, or should he keep her, man? The Reaper, keep it 1000, Hey, man, we going to let the Reaper song play, and we going to come back and open up the phone lines and take some questions from this, man, because we need to know.
We keep it rough, we keep it raw, we keep it real. The Reaper does keep it 1000. We not gonna lie to you, make it look fly to you. We never do. He keep it rough, he keep it raw, he keep it first. It's the Reaper, Reaper speaking on it in his church. It's the Reaper, Keep it 1000 like the islands. It's the Reaper, Breaking game down to a science. It's the Reaper, Keep it 1000. You should try it too. He ain't gonna lie to you to make it look fly to you. Real shit, fake is what he never do. Checking heavy revenue, soaking up this game is what you better do. Strike or make the thing boom. Hit him with the thing tune. Hasbro is at it, wreaking havoc in the green room. Nothing soft when it crush. Leave him in a cloud of dust. Stop acting like a woman, sipping like a powder puff. Give them what they ask for. The Reaper know the cash flow. Keep it 1000 is a mountain to the cash flow. Reaper tell the truth outright. Put a hooker in the right position, not a housewife. Travis Hunter, I ain't gotta drop names. Just call in numbers in the chat if you wanna chop game. No simps if you wanna powwow. Reaper never cow down, loud, proud, keeping it a bow wow. He keep it rough, he keep it raw, he keep it first. It's the Reaper. Reaper speaking on it in his church. It's the Reaper. Keep it 1000 like the islands. It's the Reaper. Breaking game down to a science. It's the Reaper. Keep it rough, he keep it raw, he keep it first. It's the Reaper. Reaper speaking on it in his church. It's the Reaper. Keep it 1000 like the islands. It's the Reaper. Breaking game down to a science. It's the Reaper. Keep it 1000. You should try it too. He ain't gonna lie to you to make it look fly to you. Real shit, fake is what he never do. Checking heavy revenue, soaking up this game is what you better do. Strike or make the thing boom. Hit him with the thing tune. Hasbro is at it, wreaking havoc in the green room. Nothing soft when it crush. Leave him in a cloud of dust. Stop acting like a woman, sipping like a powder puff. Give them what they ask for. The Reaper know the cash flow. Keep it 1000 is a mountain to the cash flow. Reaper tell the truth outright. Put a hooker in the right position, not a housewife. Travis Hunter, I ain't gotta drop names. Just call in numbers in the chat if you wanna chop game. No simps if you wanna powwow. Reaper never cow down, loud, proud, keeping it a bow wow. He keep it rough, he keep it raw, he keep it first. It's the Reaper. Reaper speaking on it in his church. It's the Reaper. Keep it 1000 like the islands. It's the Reaper. Breaking game down to a science. It's the Reaper. Keep it rough, he keep it raw, he keep it first. It's the Reaper. Reaper speaking on it in his church. It's the Reaper. Keep it 1000 like the islands. It's the Reaper. Breaking game down to a science. It's the Reaper.
Yes, yes. It's the Reaper. We back in the green room again. Make sure you subscribe to the Reaper. Make sure you thumbs up the likes. Thumbs up the likes. We back in the green room again. Huh? And make sure you subscribe to the Reaper, like I said, and make sure you thumbs up the likes and go over to the Kick app. Download it. It's KICK app. Go to Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. That's Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. Hit the follow button over there, man, and follow us over there. We have a lot of good things going over there. We got the radio version of the shows that you can listen to and work rest to play your way. We talk about a bunch of different topics, and we go live Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning, right? And we get started on the weekends over there around 8 or 9 o'clock, man. And we doing this thing 7 days a week, and we double fisted right now. So go over there. We're trying to get the Reaper family over there, because these people is volatile over here. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So we trying to get you over there so we'll become double fisted so you can't stop us. The Reaper keep it 1,000. I know a lot of people, got a lot of different opinions about this Corey Holcomb situation. North Memphis said D didn't think there was a problem. She's clueless. I mean, says Black Menendez sounds like a yes man mentality, says North Memphis. Man, there's no loyalty. No, these hoes ain't loyal. NWO says, good to see you back on here. We appreciate you, fam. North Memphis, why have a show with D and expect an opinion? Says North Memphis. Never mix business and pleasure, People do it all the time, And they say, yes, true. They say it can run a friendship or a kinship, North Memphis. The Reaper keep it 1,000, North Memphis says he should fire her and hire someone that will jump when he says jump. The Reaper keep it 1,000, there could be a problem with that. Because you got to look at this. Corey's a hard person to put up with, whether you're a man or a woman. The Reaper keep it 1,000, and I'm just saying, there's a lot of women that don't understand the business aspect of it, and Dee do, because she used to be an entertainer. So when he's saying something, a lot of women will speak out and speak up and say the wrong thing, just like she did. The Reaper keep it 1,000, but she can hold herself more than I think most. I think he could find another woman that's probably more talented than her, to make the show get more views and everything. But I don't know if he can find a woman that's more dedicated than her that will put up with him like she does. The Reaper keep it 1,000 and enjoy, because she enjoys doing 5150 because she like the exposure. She's a groupie type. So she enjoys 5150 and will be dedicated to it like, she is. The Reaper keep it 1,000. I mean, hey, man, that's hard to find, in a man or a woman. And this is why you see, Precious Pup and Dumb Donald up there. The Reaper keep it 1,000 because, they just likes to be around the entertainer or whatever, and they're going to be dedicated, to come up there every week. You see, Precious Pup is kissing Corey's ass so much, he's talking about, but when we show up, it's a different story. Like he's an enforcer, like with Marcus and them. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And that's a dangerous role for a nigga to play, a sucker role like that, right? Because you'll get killed for somebody else's business that didn't even involve you. The Reaper keep it 1,000, but you suck a sucker ass nigga, and nobody's taught you not to be that way, and you want to be around the celebrity so bad that the celebrity will walk away unscathed and still be doing his comedy shows, and you'll be laid in a box. The Reaper keep it 1,000 over some Baja humbug shit, that they done started. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Huh? And you'll be the only one dead out of all of that. Nigga walk away scot-free because you was coming at him. Or he could have a CPL. That's what I'm saying. You never know who you affiliated with, or who somebody's affiliated with, or what they got, or what they've been talented as. But like I say, these niggas, that's emotional, that want to hang around celebrities or emotional niggas, they don't think. Real men think before they do stuff. The Reaper keep it 1,000, and a real man will kill you before, this emotional nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what you fail to realize, because he ain't gonna play with your ass. The Reaper keep it 1,000, So, but this is what these niggas do. And, hey, Corey got these niggas around him, and, hey, he has everybody, that need a lick. Corey says he don't mess with nobody, if they're a woman. And I think if they, men that he deal with on the daily basis, that he be around on the daily basis. Because, Corey, he's the big time, celebrity or star that's got a little bit of money. And so, so he says anyway, that drive a fast car, So, so he gonna hang around people, that he can give a lick, where they will, when he say jump, they'll say hi, Corey, or they'll take shit that they shouldn't take off of him for the lick, or they want to be around him for the exposure, and this, that, the other. And I think it's kind of funny. You know why I think it's kind of funny, but it's kind of sad at the same time. But it's kind of funny that a nigga will do anything to be around the celebrity, right? And he don't have to do too much for him, huh? And I just don't want to be around the man or woman that much where I gotta suck her out like that. The Ripper keep it 1,000. I'm too much man to do that, But like I say, some niggas ain't been taught by men and raised by men, and they do sucker shit and they don't even realize it. The Ripper keep it 1,000. Huh? So that's what I'm saying. I'd rather get out and work and take care of myself as a man, as a working class Joe, which I do, than to be up under a nigga suckering out, right? And taking a bunch of bullshit and selling out my manhood and everything else. The Ripper keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Just like with a broad, right? I mean, shoot, you ain't gonna be no simp or no sucker ass nigga. This is why you get out and work and take care of yourself, and you don't live with her, depend up on her, because at some point she gonna play you as a sucker ass nigga. The Ripper keep it 1,000. And some niggas get provoked like a broad and into their emotions, and they don't put themselves in that position, right? And they'll comb a woman's head. The Ripper keep it 1,000. That's exactly, what they'll do, because they emotional like a woman. Ballhead is up in here. What's up, Aunt? We appreciate you, part of the Reaper family. Is up in here. Miss Lorette says, even Keith Lee could not break the silence on Gary, Indiana, and the Jacksons, too busy, promoting the movie where Michael don't speak. Yeah, Michael don't speak in that movie. I know. How did he do such a great acting job? He was just doing some of the dances or whatever. Then they had the videos in there, and he really didn't talk that much. The Reaper keep it 1,000. But Miss Lorette, that's what they do, when they want to get you on their team. They say, oh, he looks just like Michael and he dances like him and he's his nephew. He does. Let me give him an Academy Award or something like that. Make him feel like the special nigga in the family, so they could get him on the other side, This is what they do. And so they can corrupt him. just to be nice. The Ripper keep it 1,000 because that's what they did with Michael Jackson. See, white people don't let them play them like that. You could never get Mick Jagger without getting the Stones. That's why all of them is rich. Huh? Johnny Marie and Osmond go out and make their money, but they still got the Osmond family. You know, Kiss is still in effect. You know, the Village People were still in effect. Today fell out because they make everybody rich. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Everybody gets rich. Huh? And that's what Michael Jackson said. I'm gonna go do these Thriller albums and this, that, and the other, but then I'm gonna come back and do some music with my brothers. Huh? And if you book me to do this Thriller shit, you gotta book us all. Cause we all gonna get rich. Cause we all special niggas and we all got a historic group and we gonna stay rich. Shoot, for the rest of our lives, ain't nobody gonna struggle. We gonna become a big conglomerate because we the Jacksons, we all special. And you gotta accept us all if you accept one. And we all gonna get rich for the rest of our lives. And he wouldn't even had, you know, that money problem or people asking him for money or his family asking him to do shows because we all gonna be rich. But what they do is it's called divide and conquer. They'll make one nigga say, I want you, I don't want them. You know, huh? You the special nigga to me. They've been doing that. And you bigger than them and you better than them. And let's pump that nigga's head up, right? Next thing you know, he go be the big, they make him a big star. He make all the money, but he ain't bringing his family along with him because they are more powerful together than they are apart. The next thing you know, all kind of rumors start splashing. He ends up coming up dead or in jail. This is the kind of fuck shit that they do because they want to run your family conglomerate where everybody could be rich. See, to make you rich, everybody could be rich over there. You're more powerful together than you are. All Michael Jackson had to say, Joe had the vision. Michael Jackson had to say, nah, I'm gonna come do this shit with y'all, but my brother's gonna be involved in it too. They're gonna make appearances in the videos and all this kind of shit too, because we all still together. Now I can't do that shit without them. Huh? And they all would have been rich. The Ripper keep it 1,000. And say they said, well, okay, Michael, we don't need you. He would have kept doing his thing. Still, all of his brothers still would have been rich because they're a historic, you know, band. The Ripper keep it 1,000, and they was that good, and somebody was gonna book them. They were still gonna make millions of dollars. All of them should be rich right now because all of them put in on that. Like Joe shouldn't have never been wanting for no money and standing at the gate. See the way niggas do shit messy. They let them just divide them and do shit messy. When we all special, let's all come up. Let's all do this. That's the way it should have been. Huh? But we gotta understand that. But we talking about Corey Holcomb and Darlene Ortiz, right? I mean, do you see that as betrayal? Where hey, she should be dismissed. The Ripper keep it 1,000 because if you with me, you with me. And if you're not, you're not. And you can't let the ops know that, you know, that there's, you know, a weak link in my camp. The Ripper keep it 1,000, you know. And the weak link is the Judas that's doing transactions with you because you done fucked her and she done been on your show and you've been giving her a lick for a long time. And when you beefing with a nigga and he don't like you and you don't like him, right? I mean, because I don't think Corey and Godfrey like each other, right? Why is she opening up her mouth in the middle of my rant? The Ripper keep it 1,000. Is it grounds for termination? Yes. But can he terminate her with how dedicated she is to the show? And can he find somebody that's going to replace her? Because just like Craig or anybody else that's good on that show, right? He haven't found the replacement. The Ripper keep it 1,000 And the show is popular and the show does make money. And, she has a fan base up there. So we have to say, can he replace her or should he replace her? Or did he just expect too much? Because anytime that a relationship is transactional, people can turn into a Judas. That's what I'm saying. Make sure you subscribe to the Reaper. Make sure you thumbs up the likes, huh? And make sure you go to $ Jazzbo the Reaper on Cash App. If you want to donate to help the channel, that's $ Jazzbo the Reaper on Cash App. The call-in number is in the chat. If you want to call in and say something about this subject or any subject, man, the call-in number is in the chat. The call-in number is in the chat. The call-in number is open, for you to call in if you want to say something about this subject or any subject. That's what I'm saying, man. But I think, me personally, I think, it's got to be business. It's got to be business because we got to have a business on that. Uh-oh. Call back, Miss Lorette. That phone accidentally hung up. Yeah. Yes. Reaper.
Reaper, I got one more thing to say.
Go ahead. Talk. Say what you gonna say. We on a different channel now. Say what you gonna say. Macaroni Tony up in here. Macaroni Tony done surfaced. Go over to the Kick app, download it. It's for free, Macaroni Tony. Go to Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. That's Jazzbo, aka. You gotta have an AKA in there, the Reaper on Kick. To get the shows over there, man, we trying to become double fisted so nobody can stop us. We got the Reaper family, part of it over there. We trying to get the rest of it, man. And make sure you subscribe to this channel, so you will always get notifications, for this kind of content, because we don't lie to you to make it look fly to you. Even if the Reaper like you, I'm going to keep it 1,000 because there's not enough channels that keep it 1,000. So make sure you go over to the Kick app, download it. It's free, KICK. Punch in Jazzbo, aka the Reaper. Hit the follow button. We do the radio versions over there from 6:30 to 7:30, Monday through Friday. And we get started about 8 or 9 o'clock on the weekends. What you got to say about this, Miss Lorette?
Well, The Godfather is one of my favorite movies. And when you make your point about when Al Pacino's character told
Michael
told Kate,
Michael Corleone.
Michael Corleone told Kate what she could do regarding his business. You guys stay out of it. This ain't for you. This ain't never been for you. It's me and my family. All right. So I was tripping on. You heard about those Ivy League frat boys hosting drug trafficking at the school as they recruited boys to be in their fraternity? You heard about that?
Well, okay. Those kind of things happen. And there's more drugs. It's more drugs and more hoes in these Ivy League schools, and they be doing more stuff than a little bit. They just sweep it up under the table. The Reaper keep it 1,000.
I agree, but in this case where they were busted on site Ivy League, you get to see who the players are, and in my opinion, it's Revenge of the Nerd 2026. It's like the nerdy dudes who had no game somehow came together and said, let's roll the dice in trafficking, drugs, or whatever. But when the trick for me is that in the frat, you do as you told. You don't question nothing, no matter what college level you're operating at. You question nothing that's told you to do by that frat. The fact that they got boys to roll bricks, white men, to roll bricks on command trip me out, Reaper. That's what I want to say. Dee plays her power games. She thinks the payoff is going to be some dude from outer space, maybe, who's going to come and save her and fly her off into the stars. I think that's what she has.
She's delusional. Hey, I'm not saying that you're wrong because she's delusional. But the reality of it is that she's 60 years old and she's been out there and she sees it on both sides just to keep it nice. And ain't nobody willing to pay the freight like Corey is, because she don't agree with Corey, and she don't like Corey or what he stands for. She like his show and the lick. You know, the Reaper keep it 1,000. But if somebody was willing to pay the freight consistently like Corey is, she would monkey buy his ass to somebody else. You know, the Reaper keep it 1,000 because a woman, they don't have no problem like a man do to monkey buy nobody else. A man get complacent, you know, he may love his woman and he may start screwing somebody that could be potentially better than him and everything. But if he love his woman, he gonna stick with his woman, you know, because a dog is mostly complacent. You know, the Reaper keep it 1,000, but women, they usually they have to make sure that security is over there. Like she would have to make sure that lick is going to be bigger than what Corey's is, and that it's more significant, and you know it's going to be just as consistent. So she got to make sure the security of the lick is going to be there, and it's going to be a for sure thing, unless she ain't going nowhere, you know. And it's not.
Right, in that case, that's where Anton failed.
Yeah, but see, even with Anton, it wouldn't be secure like that. You know, she couldn't say that because Anton's a married man and then, you know, he's iffy. So, you know, that lick ain't secure. And if he and then if Anton can break off a relationship with, what's that girl, Mika, and, you know, she looks way better than Dee and way younger, then Dee ain't jumping for that. See, that's all the kind of thing to make her security more with Corey, right? Her security more with Corey. And then Anton lives in Detroit. He doesn't live in LA, and he doesn't have a LA pass. Like you say, Godfrey lives in New York. He's not going to cuff her. You know, she lives in LA. She's not trying to leave LA for another high price city, or she's not trying to move to Detroit or whatever just to get ghosted at the end of the day. You know, her roots is in LA about what she knows and who she knows and everything like that, you know, so she likes living there. And then she's not leaving 5150 when it's a nice size platform that she could be seen on. And not only that is, you know, she's getting a lick to help her live where she's comfortable at. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So that's, and then she likes doing the show.
You practical with why she wouldn't make those moves.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah. But, you know,
the delusion's strong enough for her to look past practical at this point. Because that was a hardcore move. I mean, Corey reacted as much as he could, you know.
What did Corey tell her? What did Corey threaten her with? He said, what I know is, you know, life is hard out there. reminding her without this lick, girl, you know, without this lick, girl, you're going to be hurting. You know, you're going to be asked out. You're going back to the host role again. The Ripper keep it 1,000, you know. And what I mean by the host role is, you know, where a lot of women don't think it's the host role, is you ain't going to have a consistent man giving you a consistent lick, right? That's there for you, that's down for you. You're going to have to go start dating different men and giving up sexual favors maybe sometime just for some money to pay your rent, you know.
Realistically.
I'm just saying, you know, that's what he means by the host role, and it's cold out there. He said, well, what I know is life is hard. And why don't you go tell Godfrey your problems and see if he'll solve those?
Go to Godfrey. I remember
for your problems. He was letting her know, I know what your problems is, you know, and Godfrey is not going to solve your problems like I do.
I think there was a YouTube clip and they said, "Here's Godfrey's response." I haven't clicked on it.
Huh?
Look forward. There's a YouTube video out there.
Now you know Godfrey gonna rub it in, and act like he ain't rubbing it in. Gonna tell D I like her too, but he ain't taking on. And you know what Corey meant? He said, "Now when you around him, you gonna see how he really is," meaning that Godfrey could be living an alternative lifestyle. You're gonna see the fuck shit that he is and what he do. That's what he meant without saying it, because they was talking in code and everything as they were trying to talk outright, but there was some encoded messages like, one thing I know it's hard out there. Life is hard. And why don't you go tell Godfrey, your problems and see if he'll solve your problems, huh? I recognize all that, what that meant. Like, ain't nobody, and you know what? Corey's absolutely right. He knows that. And I believe she knows that. Now, she's delusional, but she's not delusional to the point, because she's seasoned on both sides. She's groupie-ish and delusional, and these kind of women are, But what I'm saying is, ain't nobody going, if she had a better lick, and even if it was in LA and it was a better lick than, what Corey can give her, and she would make sure she had to have the security off of it, that, somebody was going to feel her and give it to her all the time, and this, that, the other, at the age of 60, then, because she don't like what Corey stands for, she would monkey by him to somebody else. But guess what? See, this is what niggas don't realize, man. That person that take interest in her like he does and give her that lick and everything is not there at 60. It's not there for Halle Berry. They have to pay for their niggas. It's not there for Tracy Edmonds like that anymore. Right. It's not there for Vivica Fox like that anymore. The Ripper keep it 1,000, because somebody with money, they're going to go for a much younger woman like Dion Carucci Trend that's less problematic. In most cases, most men will. And it don't matter what your color is. It don't matter what your age is. A 60-year-old woman to a dude that's got money, is not going to be popping. It's not going to be popping to a working class Joe most of the time that can take care of himself, that's got some money. He's going to want a younger woman. Now, he may hit the booty, but that's all it's going to be. You're going to be out there in the cold. And like Corey said, I would agree with him. It's cold out there. It's cold, cold world out there. That's what he was letting her know. Huh?
Message received.
Like, in case you delusional about what you think that Godfrey can do, because she could be, like you say, Mr. Red, or what somebody else can do, let me bring you back down to reality. Because I'm just talking real right now. It's a cold, cold world out there.
Right on. Right.
And people will play you to the left out of this, and you'll let your ego or your delusion get to you, broad, and you will be out there in the cold. You'll be out there like Orange Juice Jones, or, Ice-T already done playing the dinner like Orange Juice Jones. Now you better get on out of here with that alley cat coat wearing, hush puppy shoe wearing crumb cake I saw you with, because you dismissed. Silly rabbit, tricks is for kids. You without me is like cornflake without the milk. This is my world. You just a squirrel. Now get on out of here. Don't touch that coat. Ice-T already done Orange Juice Jones her. Because, see, man, you could be the coldest player. You could be the coldest Mac or whatever. And she was cheating on Ice-T. This is what I believe, my belief, with people that he knew. And she was backstabbing him. And she even done said that, right? That I smile with people and they'll never know. And, this, that, and the other. Well, broad, that's why you in the predicament that you in. And Ice-T, he got him another broad and Orange Juice Jones. So what do you think? Hey, of course she's going to be in delusion. With Corey. D think her star is bigger than what it was. And she goes back to Ice-T, but Ice-T ain't been with D in 30 years.
Right.
And he let go of her when she was a young woman, and she couldn't reinvent herself or get a man that had money that wanted to cuff her and marry her. They wanted to hit it like Marcellus Wiley. They wanted to kick it, but they didn't want to cuff her or marry her. And then, D go, hey man, it'd be hard living with a woman like that that's in delusion or whatever, because, she's always going to think her star, because she's been with Ice-T and some celebrities, is better or bigger than yours. And you'll have a lot of problems with that. Hey man, some of these beasts, you had to let them run bareback in the jungle. The Reaper keep it 1,000. You can't saddle them up or cage them up. And that's what a lot of niggas got to learn, that they want to run bareback. And when you try to saddle them up or cage you, one day you going to come in the house and they going to eat your ass up. The Ripper keep it 1,000 because they got to run. They have to run bareback, man. They ain't going to appreciate no good man or whatever. They'll tear his ass up. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Hey, man, you can't tame some of these. I'm just saying, man, you can't tame some of these wild animals. They beasts. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And that's where a nigga's ego get at. And he'll try to treat, a cheetah or a lion like a puppy. And he'll come in there one day and they're going to attack his ass and beat his ass up and rip his whole life, whether it's his freedom, his financial or his mental, to shreds, because he thought that he could tame a wild beast. The Reaper keep it 1,000, and he moved the wild beast into his circumference, and she done tore up everything, his dignity and everything that he's about. So hey man, you got to leave these beasts out in the jungle, man, and let them run, man. The Reaper keep it 1,000, and hey, and then when you deal with them, you got to put them in the right position so they can't hurt you. The Reaper keep it 1,000, because hey man, a lot of these niggas I see be done let their ego get the best of them. And and Corey, see, Corey's ego got the best of him. That's why he was hurt. He didn't expect her.
Definitely hurt.
Yeah, he didn't expect her to jump up and say that. And the way him and Godfrey was beefing, and that's why he said he was hurt, and he wanted to say something that could hurt her. You can't hurt her by sleeping with Mimi. She ain't even feeling you like that. She's there for the lick.
And other dudes didn't know how to spin it around or be.
Well, that's why she can ride with you. That's why she can ride with you. When you sleeping with other broads, and she know what you're doing and what you're saying and this, that, and the other, because she really does. Hey man, hoes don't give a fuck about that. You ain't got no loyalty to nobody. I'm just saying. That's what he found out. These hoes ain't loyal.
He found out.
And they ain't got no loyalty to nobody like that. And they have no respect to persons. That's what niggas find out. It's no matter how big your penis is, how much money you got, how much cars you got, what your career is, they just gonna think about working you, because they don't have no respect of persons like that, because hey, these hoes ain't loyal.
They don't have to be. That's the sad part. They don't have to be loyal.
They don't have no respect to nothing. They'll do anything. They don't have a value system. That's why the Reaper keep it 1,000. That's why they can ride along with you with your fuck shit. How you gonna make a hoe have a value system, right? When she was dealing with you and you dealing with multiple women, and she know you screwing multiple women, and she's still dealing with you, and you can come screw her too. They used to having somebody else's penis up in there, or a penis that they shouldn't. The Reaper keep it 1,000, huh? I mean, hey, you got to knock on his head like they did in the Back to the Future. McFly! Do you get it, McFly? Huh? DJ Crockett is up in here.
Talking about?
Is that what I'm saying?
Like you don't know what you mean.
I don't know. I don't know why that hurt his feelings. You know, like I said, he must be not knowing. These hoes ain't loyal, man. You got to expect them to do anything at any time, and this is why you don't react to it, and you just chastise them. You know, that hoe that's doing that. So what? I'll chastise her about it behind the scenes, but it's not nothing that I don't expect. And you can't put them in a position where they'll hurt you, and less alone hurt your feelings. He like a female. My feelings is hurt. Huh? That nigga emotional like, oh, you hurt my feelings. A 60-year-old Hispanic broad that's been ran through the ringer. That's broke. Even he doesn't admit it that you broke. It's a cold world out there. You know, that hurt your feelings. And nigga, you making thousands on top of you making more money than the average person, and you got a career and everything, and she done hurt your feelings.
Wait. Why am I still waiting for her garage sale? Corey's clothing. Why is that still like up in the air? Why isn't that like activated on? There's no talk about the store, but hey guys, gonna be on this. It's not active though. It's just like a conversation.
Oh, well, you know, she's going to be selling some of the clothes for Corey. See, that's what you got to do. See, Corey's got her in the right position, right? Because she don't live with him. I mean, ain't nothing she can do to really affect him. You know, and she likes doing the show. She's a good employee. Leave it at that. But don't tell her like the Godfather, you know. I mean, hey, you're supposed to be quiet if you don't like something I'm seeing, and I ain't gonna even involve you because don't get in my business, okay? You know, be the little housewife that you is, or go do the show. Don't ask me about my business or get in my business, you know. And so you got to understand that, and she's good at what she does, but you got to know now if she's gonna have your back thoroughly, she doesn't stand for what you stand for. And I can't make it no plainer than how she done made it, but you should have known that anyway. I was saying that long time ago. What you thought I was lying, nigga? Because you gonna see this. The Reaper don't lie to make it look fly, nigga. The Reaper keep it 1,000. I keep it 1,000, nigga. So in case you watching this, and I know you will, you know, because the Reaper wasn't lying to you to make it look fly to you, you know, about who you got in your stable, who you got eating at your table, nigga. The Reaper keep it 1,000. See, I can like a nigga or I can dislike a nigga, but the Reaper gonna keep it 1,000 because I'm a friend to nobody when it comes to telling the truth. That's the type of nigga I am. The Reaper keep it 1,000, and I said it long time ago. D don't like Corey or what he stands for. I said it before the Anton Daniels thing. You could tell. What, nigga, you sitting right next to her and you can't tell? Huh? You don't know how to read a room, do you? Huh? And I think it's hilarious. You know why I think it's hilarious? Because how you gonna pay a broad and she sit right next to you, and she a Hispanic broad that Ice-T dissed off, that's never been married, that's, you know, been out there, you know, that's seasoned on both sides. How they gonna hurt your feelings just because they say they like another nigga? Huh? Hey.
It's all on the undergo.
I don't get it.
It's not it's not in your face. It's all on the under. Like no one else suspects. Nobody knows. They act like that in the public, and it's hard to like.
He the numero uno, as they say.
Relationship.
And that's why he feel like, okay, I'm the numero uno because, you know, Corey goes by prosperity. He ain't learned yet. You know, the Reaper keep it 1,000. But let me enlighten you, nigga. You know, They don't care how big your penis is or your bankroll or what you have. These hoes ain't loyal. The Reaper keep it 1,000. It's been many a prophet and everything. That God told the woman what not to do, and she did it. Well, who are you? The Reaper keep it 1,000. So you got to understand that, man. And hey, man, they say don't trust the broad as far as you can throw them. Not a woman, a bride. And D loves being a bride. The Reaper keep it 1,000.
Yeah.
She loves that type of environment, man. She loves to be around that. And what makes you think if she wasn't loyal to a billionaire that she gonna be loyal to you? The proof is in the pudding. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And why you think when you talking, she sit there and look at her phone most of the time, and she makes no expression? She just came out and said it, because she said, a broad is like an elephant. She's saying that, yeah, you embarrassed me last time you called me all kind of bitches, and I get another bitch to do it. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Didn't do exactly what she was doing. And she got the kind of response that she wanted, and you shouldn't have gave it to her. Because you should not even give a fuck. I mean, to be honest about it. Long as she there with a business aspect, I don't give a fuck what because most niggas don't. They're screwer and she can go to the moon. Most niggas wouldn't care. Shit, let's stay with cover.
You got a wake-up call. So,
she would be
cut. I don't know. Next Tuesday gonna be interesting.
Well, he's going about it. He's thinking about it, like the trick, like he is, because he say a trick. That's how tricks look at things. Ooh, she may like me because I got money and I got a fast car.
And it's cold outside.
She may like me. Hey, they even had Pastor Jamal Bryant saying in the church, these hoes ain't loyal.
That's the bottom line. It's cold outside.
It's cold outside. He said, all I know is it's cold outside. It's hot. And why don't you take your problems over there to Godfrey? Because he knows what her problems is. Well, we know what it is. She there for the lick. She need the lick.
She's there. She's definitely.
That's why he was so upset. He's so upset because he thought Corey thinks that his status, his money, his status, his fast car. He thinks that makes him more. That a broad can keep a broad. That never kept a broad. That make a broad use you for what you got and go spend your money on somebody else. That makes it attractive to get a broad, not to keep a broad, or not that a broad is going to be loyal, and especially if she wasn't loyal to a billionaire and she's delusional.
There's some basketball star. His contract is over. Like the day he retired, his wife filed for divorce. Like, do you know who I'm talking about?
Half of the NBA. That's who you talking about, because they all get treated like that. Half of the NBA. The Ripper keep it 1,000. That's what I'm saying. Amazing. Because Kevin Garnett got treated like that. Paul Pierce got treated like that. Michael Beasley right now is getting treated like that. There's a lot of niggas that's divorced that had their wife. Kenny Smith got treated like that. Shaquille O'Neal got treated like that. Kobe Bryant was gonna get treated like that, but hey, he gave the broad some money. I'm just saying. And hey,
all the money.
Hey, Steph Curry's probably gonna get treated like that. There's a lot of men that get treated like that when they on their LeBron James, Michael Jordan got treated like that. So hey, it's probably over half of the NBA that because when that nigga see he's away playing ball and she got the run of the mill of the crib and everything and the expense account and the mansion and she can do her little tipping if she want to or whatever and he come home and he's only home for so long but then he's gone and he's doing his tipping and she knows that. And not only that is, it's a marriage of convenience. Well, where it gets inconvenient at is when the nigga come home all the time, because in a live-in situation, see, it's all about positioning. In a live-in situation, every day things change. And now the nigga's home all the time because he retired and things change and he's there with you. Well, hey, for the past 10, 15 years, or 5 years, that nigga's been, away and he's been touch and go. So that made the relationship exciting, but now he's home and you got to see the real him. You say, I don't even like this nigga. And he say, I don't even like this broad. And y'all start arguing. Next thing you know, you divorce. Because the marriage was a marriage of convenience and transactional. It wasn't real bona fide love. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And she had people in her ear scheming on how to get your money. And then your ego is so big because you're making money, you think that you can have any broad. And a lot of niggas get took for millions of dollars, for millions on top of millions of dollars. Their ego get the best of them and think because of their money, their penis, and what they have, that this broad gonna be loyal to them and she gonna be happy to have them, and it's just not true. So that's most of your professional men. The Reaper keep it 1,000, huh? So we have to understand that.
Professional sport athlete, you mean?
Yeah, I mean your men in entertainment, or it's your men. It's your regular man. Like if the job keeps the man away from the house, right? And then just say he get a job or he retire or whatever, right? It takes a good woman that understand that and gonna stay with you and not gonna cheat on you or not gonna want to divorce you. Or it takes a real good woman, and this is why everybody can't be a good woman or be a housewife. That you meet. It's all about positioning where they can be happy and you can be happy, because you'll end up like Steve Harvey, right? Where she'll be screwing the cook or Shawnee O'Neal and they'll be talking about you and then they'll have you by the balls where if they divorce you, they gonna go spend 200 million or more. The Reaper keep it 1,000 of your money that you worked hard for. So what you say is like Judge Mathis, because they got you by the balls, right? You say, well, I'm gonna live over here like Will Smith, and you live over there, and you can have a mansion and a big house, and you can have an expensive cow. Just why give these attorneys all this money? In a divorce, and you can still have your life and live your life, and we'll have a marriage of convenience where we'll just be seen together for the camera sometime, and then you go your way, I go mine. That's just how it is. And we have a relationship that's built off of we both have an arrangement, a situationship instead of a relationship. A good understanding, yeah. Hey, it's gonna be more money for us both to have spend. We ain't gonna give it up. Hey, you got your nice house and cars that you live in, and I put millions of dollars in your account, so we'll just hook up for this so we don't have to give it all to the attorneys.
Got you.
Yeah, and that's what they do, but in the NBA or NFL, that's what some people do. But usually the broad, she don't like you. She don't want nothing to do with you. She don't want to see you or control your life, to have any type of influence over her life or whatever. she want to take your money and go spend it with a buster. The rape 1,000 because she delusional, like Shotty O'Neal. Shotty O'Neal can do that with Shaq because I want to take your money and go spend it with a fake preacher that ain't got no money that I uplift, right? And I tell you, you done took $175 million from me and Mo, and I make you say you the bad guy. There's no way if he wasn't combing her head and he was just throwing some penis somewhere where he can be the bad guy. But a man is a bad guy, not because he's really a bad guy. He's a bad guy for what he do with his penis. The raper keep it 1,000. I'm just being honest about it. He ain't no good. But a woman, she could cheat, she could do different things, and then it'll say, oh, that's because he don't know how to satisfy her, or just like Darlene, right? Oh, he don't know how to, treat her, and she see that he a sucker nigga and this, that, and the other. That's all egotistical by a man that don't make women take responsibility for their actions. Let's just remember, there's a difference between a good woman and a whore. The Ripper keep it 1,000. We have to understand that. And these hoes ain't loyal, because they can't be, because they don't have a value system, not even for themselves. The Ripper keep it 1,000, but, like I say, niggas get full of their ego and they don't know the difference between a whore and a good woman. Good women deserve everything they get. When they know how to act, because they know how to act with a man. They know how to be with a man. They know how to be loyal to a man. They know how to, they know how to, earn his trust, so to speak. A hoe just try to earn your money. Huh? Because you'll never earn her trust. So we got to understand that. Is there anything else you want to add, Miss Lorette, before the Reaper ride?
No. That was all.
Okay.
Just remind me of that frat boy thing in another kind of a way.
The frat boy thing is they're not going to get as much time as, white people don't get as much time as a black person do when they get caught with drugs anyway. The Ripper keep it 1,000, and they probably got some rich relative or daddy or parent that's going to get them out of it, because if they can get out of murder for Nolan Wells, right, and it ain't even went to trial, and they was the only ones out there with him, and they've been lying to make it look fly. Well, a drug charge at a university, somebody's going to make a donation, and, and they're going to say they was just kids doing the wrong thing. They'll probably all get some probation, a slap on the wrist, and they'll go about their business.
Wow, Reaper. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And the university, it won't be scandalized like you're letting drug people in here and this, that, and the other, like it would be with black people. I mean, hey, it'll be like they were just some kids and they got into drugs and they were selling drugs, hey, things that they do in college. And, hey, this woke them up and they learned their lesson and they got probation and, they know not to do that again. That's how they sweep white people's mistakes up under the rug. The Ripper keep it 1,000.
One of them turned into a snitch like Tekashi 6ix9ine style, which led to like busting the whole group.
You won't give me some crystal meth on credit? I tell you what, I'm going to tell the dean that you're selling drugs in the police. But it's white people. It's white people. They still ain't gonna get as much time as they would with a nigga. It's more harsh when your face is black.
I don't know. For some reason, it just reminds me of Corey and G and the pimp and the hoe, and you do as I say. You don't disobey. Like,
he's not a pimp. He's not a player. He's a trick.
It's hard to come by an authentic situation. I think that's what we're saying.
Hey, that's what he's saying, and that's what he's getting treated like. You know, I mean, I think a pimp is a simp too. You know what I'm saying? Because he bases his whole future on what a woman do. You know, the Reaper keep it 1,000. But what I'm saying is, hey, Corey's just basically, to put it in layman's terms, he's a steak daddy. He's a steak daddy. Huh? Do you know a broad that be loyal to a steak daddy? A steak daddy come around there, get some ass. She cook him a meal, you know, or even if that, she just give him some ass. He go in there, get some ass, you know. Hey, she may do a little this, that, or that for him if he need to. And he going about his business. But she got a young nigga or somebody she screwing all the time, and she ain't loyal to the steak daddy. You know, the Reaper keep it 1,000. She just there for the lick.
Okay.
Huh? You know, an old school steak daddy that used to roll around in the Cadillac, and you know, he's old and he's retired and he's got his pension and his Social Security coming in. He's gathering, you know, big money in, and his house is paid for, and he got a brand new Cadillac, and he come around, right? And he help a broad out. You know, he may pay her phone bill and her light bill, you know, give her some grocery money. And he get to hit the ass, right? He get to hit the ass.
That's right.
And she going about her business like Cuddy was on Dead Presidents. He said, I got a little something for Sarah. He said, I got a little something for Sarah. He said, he looked at the young boy like, yeah, I'm hitting this. I'm taking care of this. You know, Cuddy was a steak daddy. She said, oh, Cuddy, you ain't got to do that. He said, somebody got to do it. Like that nigga ain't doing it. She said, Cuddy, I like you to meet. He said, Skrrr! He didn't want to meet that nigga. You know, they always had him another nigga, you know. Huh? That's what that's about.
Very cold.
Yeah. It's like.
And what's his name was powerless.
You know, I am. And Cuddy said, I took care of your family is in the more. When he pistol whipped the young blood and said, suck it, nigga! Pinky. Huh? But, you know, hey, Cuddy was hitting it and she was pregnant by Cuddy, you know, and he was, you know, Cuddy was basically a steak daddy.
Yeah, he was.
You know, he is older nigga come through, you know, he hit the ass. You know, it was some young ass. He'd help her pay a few bills and he'd be on about his business. And she had her other little young nigga over here on the side, you know. So, hey, that's just the way it is. You know, the Reaper keep it 1,000. And that's the way you got to take it. But, yeah. All right, Miss Lorette, I got to run. But, hey, we sure do appreciate you, sis. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, Reaper. Good night, everybody. All right.
All right. We'll see you. Bye-bye. That's my sister, Miss Lorette, always supporting and coming through with some great points. That's my sister out of New York City that keeps track of the chat for the Reaper, man. Huh? We doing it here at Reaper, man. Huh? I'll just say, man, the phone lines are still open. We'll take a few more calls if you do them immediately. Make sure you subscribe to the Reaper. Make sure you thumbs up the likes, because here we're not going to lie to you to make it look fly to you. We never do. And make sure you go over to the Kick app, download it. Kick app, Kick app, download it. It's free. Go to Jazzbo, a.k.a. the Reaper. That's a.k.a. the Reaper. Hit the follow button, man. You know, so you can follow the Reaper over there, you know, because we go live over there too. If you like this content, go over there, you know, and hit the follow button. We're live from 6:30 to 7:30, Monday through Friday, man. And we go live on the weekend about 8 or 9 o'clock. Reaper trying to build 2 channels to become double fisted. So they can't stop us, man. The Reaper keep it 1,000. But the question that we asking today, right? Because that everybody want to know. Should Corey Holcomb fire D? For what she done, was she disloyal? He was hurt about it. And if you riding with somebody, right? You an accessory to the crime. If you get in the shotgun and you sit there in the car and you accept some of the money, you ain't got to go in and physically rob the bank, but you with them anyway. But in Dee's case, a lot of people were saying she didn't have to be with Corey, but she's the Bonnie to his Clyde. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So we have to understand what's going on. The Reaper keep it 1,000, and she's just as responsible as, even if she says nothing, right? Because if you riding along, huh? It says, are you multi-streaming on Kick and YouTube right now? Yeah. So go over to the Kick channel, download it. Leonard, Printer. Download it, go to Jaspo, aka the Reaper, man. Hit the follow button and follow the Reaper, over there, because we got good things going on over there too. It says, yes, he should, but he knows that she will expose him, says T-Fam. Well, I thought about that too, T-Fam. But she can't expose him no matter she can't cancel him. What's she gonna say? Oh, that he lives an alternative lifestyle? He's just gonna come back and say he don't, whether he do or he don't. The Reaper keep it 1,000, and people will still tune in for the train wreck because he gives you a train wreck and he gives you a drama. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, and he could expose her too. I mean, he knows things about her probably that she don't want to get out. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So when a broad go to talking and doing the exposing, well, a nigga knows stuff about you that you don't want out. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So you have to understand that too. And knowing Corey, he would throw those things out there. And some of them just for drama purposes. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Like, he didn't have to say, I like BB too. She said, I bet you do. To let you know that he had screwed her. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And why you throw her up? She knew why he was throwing her up. But she wanted him to say, CD was playing the game, man. You got to know. These hoes play games too. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know. And you can't get involved in the game. Let them do what they do. Because most of the time, right, they're going to make themselves look silly. Or they're going to expose themselves. The Reaper keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, but they don't care. See, they'll say, I don't care. I don't care about this, that, and the other. They don't care the way they look. That's why you can't have them in any position in your life. Because they don't care the way they look. They operate without a value system. With any rationale. The Reaper keep it 1,000. The call-in number is in the chat. If you want to call in and say something about this, do it, and do it now. If you want to call in and say something about this or any subject, the call-in number is in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the Reaper. Make sure you thumbs up the likes. If you want to donate, go to $ Jasbo the Reaper on Cash App. You can donate anything you want there to help the channel, man. We double fisted doing double duty, to bring you this content. And as always, we keep it 1,000. We don't lie to make it look fly. We never do. Look who done jumped up in here. Look what the cat done drug in. It's my brother IVR, my man of 100 grand out of the D is up in here. We gotta get Reaper, some Cartier, white Buffs glasses. It's a Detroit thing he don't know about. Nigga, I got some blue glasses. The Ripper keep it 1,000. What are you talking about with white trim? I got all kind of Detroit glasses. I had on my blue when I was in Detroit, blue hat, blue outfit, whatever, blue shoes, nigga, blue glasses when I was in Detroit. I was clean like a motherfucker because I know I wear that blue in Detroit. The Ripper keep it 1,000. That's what I wear when I'm in the D. The Reaper be all over like Rover. That's what I'm saying. But hey, it is what it is. What? I had that on so I wouldn't get what? Get what? I had that on so oh man. I wouldn't get robbed. He said I had that on so I wouldn't get robbed. Well, hey man, your Reaper ain't worried about that. The Reaper ain't worried about that. And I be in the hood too, and I still don't worry about that because, it's all how a nigga carry itself. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And real can recognize real, when they come in contact with real. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Now, I know there's some fools out there, but, hey, we got tools for the fools. The Reaper keep it 1,000. We got tools for the fools. That's what you got there. So that's what I'm saying. Reaper be knowing IVR. That's right, Ms. Lorette. You better tell this nigga something. I come in his city and I'll take him to some places. The Reaper keep it 1,000 that he don't even know. Here's your gas. He said, I didn't know the Reaper knew all this, that, and the other. That's what I'm saying. Chef Carissa got boots on the ground. Bounty out for you when you get to Michigan. Better check in with Papoose, please. Please. Why do these broke niggas be saying you gotta check in? I wish I would check in. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Why these broke niggas say you gotta check in? They don't know no block or no city. Nigga, you can't even get a job. You living with your broad, right? Oh, but you gotta check in. Like I said, man, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And some of these niggas be crazy as cat shit. They don't even realize it. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Some of these niggas, they be crazy as cat shit. And they don't even realize it. Brandon Fresh up in here. Shout out to him. Darlene can't afford to leave Corey. She needs the money. She's rather get disrespected in front of millions before she get her bills cut off. Well, one thing that you got to know is, Brandon Fresh, what I tell everybody, he's not disrespecting her, right? That's what a lot of men don't understand. She likes niggas like Corey, and she likes to be talked to like that and talk to, hoes like rough sex. They like to be talked to rough. They gonna play you like a punk if you don't sometimes. Haven't you heard? If you could call that bitch a bitch, you would. And if you haven't, you probably should. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Darlene done heard all kind of rough talk and this, that, the other. Man. Haven't you heard? Treat them like they want to be treated. Huh? That's what a lot of niggas don't understand. If they think you a soft nigga or a nigga that ain't gonna say nothing or do nothing, they gonna run up over you. You know, the Reaper keep it 1,000. Huh? Man, hey man, let me just say this. You know, huh? The average woman like you to talk to her crazy sometimes. The Reaper keep it 1,000 unless she gonna run up over you. Huh? So what I mean, you know, disrespect. If they had any, if Darlene had any respect, she would be married at home with her husband. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Ah, she's 60. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Hey, we have to understand that. You saw what she did to Alicia Baumgartner, laugh out loud, talking about Carissa Shields. The shit. She can't whoop no man. Huh? You see what that man did to her, and he knocked her on her butt, and he was a nobody. And she ran to her car and got a knife, and they had him there because she was saying she could beat a man. They said, well, let's test your skills against a man. And this is the dude. He ain't even unknown. He's just like the average dude. We're going to throw you in there and see if you can handle his power. Her trainers went and got the man and had her there to train her because she was saying she going to beat a man. And as soon as he knocked her on her butt, she ran to her car. Show you how mentally ill she is. She ran to her car and got a knife and wanted to stab the dude. And the dude was there because of her. He did what he was supposed to do. Which is proving that you can't take the power of a man. Well, you should have known that from the get-go. The Reaper keep it 1,000, but you know, some of these broads be deranged, man, and delusional. You know, this is what happened. You know. Hey, Miss Lorette says T-Fam. What up, IVR? Says T-Fam. Jamie Rare's 5150 cast is qualified for AARP. Says Jay Ramirez. No kidding. Dumb Donald is what, 48, ain't he? and Darlene 60. Corey's almost 60. That's why she has long hair. You know, like a caveman, says Leonard Prenter. She be married and home with grandkids, says Jay Marrero. Yeah, it would be something to that effect. You know, she would have her main dude, at least, you know, that she's with. You know, the Reaper keep it 1,000. She wouldn't be sitting up on the Corey Holcomb show where, like you say, he talking to her any kind of way or whatever, or, you know, man, she wouldn't be in the mix like that. She likes being in the mix like that. She's that type of woman. Most people don't know that, hey, man, there is these type of women that like to be in the mix, you know. They like to mess with other women's men. And they like to hit other women's penis, you know, from their man. And they know they're not going to get cuffed, you know, but they don't care because they don't have a value system. This is what makes them a hoe. There's different kind of hoeings. There's your internet, Instagram hoe. There's your street hoe. And then there's your hoe that don't think she's a hoe, right? She just get on social media and she mess with any kind of man and she go through a bunch of penises, you know. And then there's your kept hoe where she mess with other men and latch on to them, right? And she gets money and gifts and everything, and she still can have her freedom where she don't have to wash her clothes and do all that or live with you, and she can still go out and hit anybody that she want to hit. So there's different kinds, you know, of hoeing. There's degrees of hoeing. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So we got to understand there's a social media hoe, there's a street hoe, there's a hoe that's single, don't think she a hoe. And then there's your hoe that likes to latch on to men with careers and everything and, get a leg here and there and ride along with them. But really, they're concubine, So D is Corey's concubine. Well, she's not his concubine now, but if he can afford to make her live and take care of her a certain way, then that's his concubine. The Ripper keep it 1,000. That's what and if she ain't sleeping with nobody but him, that's his concubine. Hey, that's what they had in biblical days. They would have a concubine, then they would have a wife. Well, a concubine is somebody they, probably did things for them that they wanted to have sex with, but, they didn't want them to be married to them. They didn't have the qualities to be a wife, but they had to take care of them. And what makes the concubine not a whore is she's just sleeping with that man and his wife, and he's taking care of her. So you can have they had them in biblical days, a concubine, but you got to be able to take care of them, and they can't be sleeping with nobody else unless they're a whore or unless you're sinning if you can't afford to, take care of the concubine fully. The Ripper keep it 1,000. Ain't that right, IVR? Huh? And you say, DJ Crockett, I see you. DJ Crockett up in here. Ripper keep it 1,000, huh? That's what I'm saying. DJ Crockett, salute Ripper. Glad to have you back, bro. Well, man, DJ Crockett, you got to go over to the Kick app. Download it, KICK app. Punch in Jazzbo, a.k.a. the Reaper. The Kick app is free. Go download it. It's free. Punch in Jazzbo, a.k.a. You got to put that a.k.a. the Reaper in there. Hit the follow button and follow us over there. We do the live shows, the radio versions from 6:30 to 7:30, Monday through Friday, and we get started about 8 or 9 o'clock on the weekend. Reaper pulling double duty. That's just so you'll be over there and here, So if you like this content, the Ripper keep it 1,000, and that way that makes us unstoppable, where you can always hit a Reaper. You got to be like Chicken George said in Roots. So if the first plan don't work out, you got to get yourself another plan. And real niggas, because they real, and most of the time they get canceled anyway. The Ripper keep it 1,000. Because you're going to keep it 1,000 at some point in time. You can stream simultaneously on Kick and YouTube and get that Kick money. That's what we trying to do. Leonard Printer. The Ripper keep it 1,000. Darlene living with her son, says Jay Marrez. Well, that's what normally happens. That's what normally happens when a woman is disagreeable, or she's masculine, or she's screw-faced. Her son becomes her man. The Ripper keep it 1,000. She'll live with her son till, the end of time. The Ripper keep it 1,000. And her son becomes her man, because she's uncooperative with a real man. And usually they end up, if the son ain't careful, they can end up fucking up his life. He'll be cat shit crazy. The Ripper keep it 1,000, because you have to have your own experiences, and you have to get out there on your own, and you have to do your own thing and know that everybody ain't going to treat you like mama. And you have to have your own career and work and do things and build your own life as a man. You can't have mama sheltering you all the time because she's running you. But, she just thinks she's babying you. And even if she is running you, she's still going to do it anyway because she don't have a man to be focused in on. And this is why some of these niggas be getting jealous when mama do got a man, because, it's going to take away from them because she's done babied them so much. The Reaper keep it 1,000, and they don't make good, healthy men or good, productive citizens because mama has been there to bail them out. And everything that mama is giving them and teaching them is from a woman's point of view. The Reaper keep it 1,000. It's not from a strong, bona fide man's point of view because mama don't have that because mama, she cannot, coexist with a good, strong man. So she rather just go at it by herself. The Reaper keep it 1,000, which, affects the kids mentally. The Reaper keep it 1,000 because if she's young enough to have a man and she wants a man, she should get her a bona fide man and then let you live your life, while she lives her life, huh? And that be that, and let you go through your own experiences in life because that's going to make you grow as a man. The Reaper keep it 1,000, but they don't want to do that, huh? Dee's probably still throwing her son's clothes in the washer and folding them up and everything, huh? They become like the woman and fixing him some dinner sometime. And you know what I'm saying? And telling him, advising him, well, you should do this and you should do that. And, nigga be in his 30s. And then they don't want to listen to a real man. Huh? They believe everything a woman say. And this is what messes them up. And they mess up mentally because you only can give them something from a woman's point of view, huh? Because a nigga ain't going to baby you like that. A nigga ain't going to pacify you like that. Huh? He going to tell you, hey, man, stop acting like a bitch and get up and get you a job, man, and get your own crib. What you still living here with your mama for? Don't you got some pussy to fuck? Huh? Just put something on your penis, but you sitting up under here, your mama doing everything for you. No, boy, you need to get your own life experiences. You sitting up here crying and moping and doing all this fuck shit. Get your ass up out of here. But a real man, bona fide man, come in there and telling the truth, she gonna be mad at him. Huh? Because she thinks in her mind that he's being mean, and, to her son or whatever. But he's not. He's just telling him the truth and lighting the fire up under his ass so he, can be a better man. The Reaper keep it 1,000. Huh? And then, when you say something to your bride that you fucking, he need to get him somebody to fuck. You say something to your broad. This is why men should, that nigga be ready to fight you and you have to comb his head or whatever. And some people done got into arguments and got shot and this, that, and the other because the son was so baby. He was talking crazy to my mama. I can talk crazy to my bitch any way I want to. Nigga, when you get your bitch, you and your bitch gonna have disagreements. The Reaper keep it 1,000. This my bitch. Maybe your mama, but it's my bitch. The Reaper keep it 1,000, huh? So you got to understand that. And if you got some business, you ain't even worried about that anyway. Because you got business that you handling and that you taking care of, huh? But some of these mothers, they can't afford to live without their sons having a job or this, that, and the other because they didn't do nothing in their career and their life. And, they didn't build no relationship with a man. So shit is all fucked up and backwards. The Reaper keep it 1,000. You got to understand that. Huh? I got to get up off of here, man. We've enjoyed you. The Reaper put in a lot of work today. Make sure you subscribe to the Reaper. Make sure you thumbs up the likes, man. We up out of here, man. Peace out.